Yo. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is doing some awesome stuff. Right, why is this not working? One second. One second. Hello, Christopher. How are you doing today? I hope everything is awesome. I'm just trying to sort something out. I don't know why not working. Why are you not working, my man? Why are you not working? Ah, here we go. Over there? Boom. Cool. All right. There you go. You guys can see your chat now. I figured it out. I, I figured out how to do it because I is clever. Anyway, guys, look, what an awesome day today's been. Things are moving in a very interesting direction, which is very cool. One second, let me just try and. How do I? One second. How do I? Just want to do something right. I saw you saw on the video. Now, so I'll have to watch it after the live. Yeah, I want you guys' opinion on it. Oh, why is that not working? You have to, you have to be silly. Oh, God, anyway, one second. I need to. It's being emotional right now. Why is it always emotional? Stop being emotional, my man. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Cool. Right. Good evening, ER. How are you guys doing? Things are going well, I hope. You watched my previous BBB just passed. I know. I'm gonna actually watch a piece of news about it as we speak right now, which is kind of interesting. I am surprised that we are in the scenarios and the places and the directions that we are right now. It's what an interesting world we are. That should bode extremely well. The big beautiful bill should explain extremely well for the markets. Man, it's gonna be interesting. Hello, Dimitri. How you doing, my man? Pleasure to have you. I'm seeing some new eyes and faces, which is incredible. I am happy to see some new people here. Now, look, where we are right now. Where we are right now, and I'll get into the swing of things, even though a lot of people are going to be missing the beginning of this, but they really should be here on time. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, whatever. What I'm seeing right now is that Bitcoin is trying to break out. It is on its look. Think of it this way, right? I want everyone to really understand it in this manner. It's amazing. It's actually amazing that our liquidation levels, right, are sitting at 111 576, right? We are it is like think of it this way, the people who are leveraged short actually added, this is how insane it is, right? They actually added to their positions, so they wouldn't get liquidated. Look how close they got to getting liquidated. And I'll say this to you, right? The moment that Bitcoin starts trading above 110, I've said it several times before. This is like the fifth time I'm saying it, right? The moment it trades above that level, we are going to see some massive expansion in the markets. I'm telling you, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in the wins right now. With all the things that are coming in, I say to them many times before on my TikTok videos. I say to them all my shorts. There's going to be a point where there's going to be a crescendo in this market, right? And we're getting there. We're almost there. Like I believe that we haven't got too much left until we get into to what I would say somewhat version of a bear market or some form of a pullback. But it's months, many minutes. I still think it's around the September mark, possibly around the September mark. We'll see when things go a bit crazy. But what's also interesting, and I want everyone to really understand, is that this trading range is getting even tighter, tighter. And that is what every man wants to hear in crypto. Some women as well, but mainly all men really want to hear about how tight the range is in Bitcoin, because what this means, the tighter it gets, the higher chance that there's going to be a breakout, and those breakouts are usually explosive. Give some news, juicy news after a boring day in the markets. How is it boring in the markets? Are you out of your mind? Hello, Rez. Are you only here and not on TikTok? For the time being, yeah. So the reason why I am only on here for the time being is because I'm trying to grow my YouTube on one side, and on the second side, and on the second side, that hacker guy. Anytime I post anything or do anything, he reports that video or that live every single time. There is no choice. So I want to protect it as much as possible. So I want to be sure that we are, I have that channel safe and ready for when we go forward. Good evening. The big beautiful bill has just passed 2017 to 2014 and May. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that as well. Love tight stuff. I'm sure everyone loves the tight stuff, right? So we're very close to that movement that I was speaking of, which is amazing, which is a great sign. A lot of good things that are happening on that angle, which is a good thing, right? Now, one more thing I will talk about here is that once we start looking into to this bearish divergence I've been talking about for ages and ages and ages and ages, right? It looks like we're coming to a key area here, right? And that is working in line. We need, like, if Bitcoin can't settle above the 110 mark, and possibly by tonight it doesn't settle above the 110, we could chop around a bit more in this band here. But as I said, the more it goes sideways, the higher it goes, right? So we have to be very careful on that side and make sure that we are very, very vigilant on where we're going. Furthermore, if you look at the Cypher B, we're printing another green dot, which is a great thing, an increase in liquidity as well, which is all good. Things are looking good on that side. I'm enjoying it, liking it. Everything's all hunky-dory as we see it at this moment. Now, the altcoins will fly after big. Oh man, wait till I show you something on bitcoins. Wait till I show you something on bit. In fact, I'm just gonna move it to the end here. I'll just move it here. I'll just move it there. I'll just move it. I'll give you a little hint. Right? Just wait till I get to it, because I'm gonna show you something that's you're just gonna go, damn. I'm gonna show you that something I noticed, and a few tokens as well that I think will be moving quite well at the end towards after I show you this aspect here, right? So things are looking pretty good. We're still looking for this movement, the sub movement within wave 3 of the Wyckoff accumulation. Now, we need this to be invalidated, the wave 2 to be invalidated as for it to break above the 110. That's the only way that we're going to be seeing a further move up. Now, if we look at the Gaussian channel as well, we see that it's confirming that level. We need, again, it's showing it here as well, we need this to break above the 110 for this to continue out. Technically, this is a breakout, but breakout within the boundary of error. That's the only problem. We have a breakout, Marine. We have a breakout in the boundary of error, and that boundary is a problem, right? We need that to sort itself out. Evening, hello D, hello Lee D. There we go. That's the word. And that boundary is 110. 110 is super duper important. You really need to keep a perfect eye on this level. Super duper important, right? That's what's key for tonight to hit. Otherwise, we might see a bit of a pullback. Now, if we look at the S&P 500, if I was to look at a graph, right? If I was to look at a graph, right, out of the years of experience that I've seen and everything else, if I saw that, I would be putting a lot into it, right? I would be putting like. I would be looking at going, yeah, all right, this thing's going, right? It's going a level. The moment it breaks 6332, 634, let's be, 634. The moment it breaks the 632 into and find support in the 634, this thing is going to expand like nothing you've ever seen in your whole entire. That movement there is trillions of dollars. It's not. It looks small. It ain't small. What's this? I remember that's latest OBS crap, right? It looks small, but it's trillions of dollars of movement here. Because what's happening, and I'm going to explain this to you as well. but this here, is that the dollar is just devaluing constantly. That devaluation of the dollar, right, is the issue, and it's only going to get worse, worse and worse and worse and worse. This dollar is good, especially with the stable coin bill coming in, and also now this big beautiful bill has happened. So the value of the dollar, the necessary need for the dollar is going to go down, and the more this gets devalued, the more S&P 500, Bitcoin, and altcoins in relevant situ is going to be coming forward. Now I will say this, right? I will say this. This trend line, right? This trend line is very strong support. I will say this, right? I need everyone to really understand that fact. This trend line is multi, like it's multi-year. It goes all the way back to 2008, right? So, so the chance of a bounce from there could be high. I'm just saying it could be high from that point. But more importantly, what I will say is that if we break that, the acceleration of liquidity that's going to go into these two assets here is actually three: gold, SPX, and Bitcoin, is going to be unbelievable. I want everyone to really You know, I went looking for the ice cream man today, right? And I'm almost certain it's a ghost. It's a ghost, or there's a special phone number I need to call. One of the two. I'm not too sure. I'm assuming that's the thing because the guy seems to be watching my stream and he goes, all right, I'm gonna hear myself. I want it to be immortalized, right? So that's the situation where watch these graphs really carefully. What happens here to what happens down here? If it breaks that, oh my god, hold on. Because I'll tell you this, right? I'll tell you this. This move that we're seeing, either to the 130, 125 potentially, if it moves sideways a little bit more, or like the 138, can happen very quickly. Like really, really quickly. What did you want to buy from him? Ice cream, sprinkles. I like to get extra sprinkles. Hi, I feel really happy today. How do you feel? I feel great, Miss Stardust. That's a nice message. That's very kind of you. Yeah. So, so yeah, that's where we are right now. Like that's the situation of what we're sitting. With that, this move can happen super duper quickly, right? I want everyone to really understand. If we start getting like towards the end of July a massive move, like all of a sudden this explosive move up, then I would be pushing you guys to have a really real strong think about potentially trying to take some profit on certain positions that you'll be going. But I'll say like this move to here and what I'm going to show you with this, you're going to be like, all right, yeah, those profits could be massive. Just so everyone really understands where I'm coming to. Right now, USDT dominance, right? It almost had a breakout, little piece of anyway, whatever. Let's not get that. It almost was like it was almost like psych, 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 psych movement, right? It had a perfect deviation of the midline of this channel. Again, multi year channel that has held continuously, right? Apart from this little what is that called? Kofuzi, Shabubi, the little Shabubi that happened there, right? But what I would say is that this multi-year channel, the midline has been tapped and it broke back into range. I still believe, because where we're sitting right now is heavily below the 200-day MA. I heavily believe that this thing is going to be continuing down, especially if we've seen a rejection of the RSI, and more importantly on the day. On the day we've had a cross, and this thing should look like there could be acceleration on the MACD. Watch this carefully. This is key. The move from here to here could be massive for all alts, crypto, everything else on that line. It feels like this. It's very close now. That crypto will be fun. Yeah. How much profit is good to take at the end of July? Well, look, we'll see. It right now, and I need everyone to really understand. When I give dates and things like that, it's rolling. We're at this stage where things can move very quickly, things can change very quickly. All of what I'm saying is full-blown bullish case. I'll say this: if all of a sudden this dips down below the 105 level, and especially if it dips below the 103 level, 400, then we could have some problems, and this thing could be a much deeper pullback. I'd like to make sure that everyone understands it's not or guaranteed this thing's gonna go up. It just looks like it is. It looks like, man. If Bitcoin breaks up and goes to over $118,000, right? I think the only videos that I will do will be to troll the bears. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm literally just gonna copy every bears video and just troll the absolute crap out of them. Because what really annoys me about bears, right, is that the majority of the bears have sold their positions, right? And they're just trying to fund the market so you also sell your positions, right? Without you making the decision yourself. This is what really bothers me about these type of individuals. It does my head in. It annoys me. Really annoys me. Actually, 1 second. I want to check something out. 1 second. 1 second. Let me see if this works. Because this is getting annoying. 1 second. That's going to disappear for a second. 1 second. I want to see if this works. Let me see if I have the power. If I have the power. Is the power here? Do we have power? Is that the power? Nope, that's the settings. That's not the power. That's not the power. You can see what I'm looking at. Which one is this? Is for the the chat. Okay, cool. That doesn't work. All right, I'm gonna take this up. 1 sec. Let me try and get the. Let me just. Alright, let's bring that back. That worked. Alright, cool. We're back. We're back. Oh my god. Right, what was I talking about? Ski says 118 is the next stop, nothing else. That's it. I think you could go higher than that. We definitely could go higher than that. Oh, right. You mean next stop and then 135? Yeah, that's possible. I got the 118 there as well. Bruh. Bruh, I've had the 118 there for years, man. I've had it there forever. What are you talking about? I've had that. Look, I've had that. If I don't know if you guys ever watched me on TikTok. I've been talking about this level all the way here. What are you talking about? That's been there forever. That's just a 618 fib retracement. That's why. From all the way back there. But that fib has moved, unfortunately. Right, what was I saying? If I was rudely interrupted, I'm messing around. Right, whatever, it's cool. What was I saying? Where was I? Bruh. We already talked about that. Oh yeah, total market cap. Right. Now, what's important with the total market cap right now? And it's kind of key. I really need this, right? Shorter term, we need this to break above the Gaussian channel. It's a must. To be honest, ideally above this trend line. It tried to break out and it pulled back into the Gaussian line. This needs to pull back up above it. It needs to hold here. It's desperate. It needs to go there because if it doesn't, it could. Gaussian channel has a knack of showing and pulling this back down to test these EMAs. But it looks like this thing is going to break through. I would be extremely surprised if it doesn't break through. I think it's a given at this point, especially if we look at the weekly, right? We've seen a beautiful bounce off the RSI. That bounce there usually indicates a move back up to these higher levels, and that should indicate well with a breakout to the top side. We'll see what happens, but it needs to get regain that level again. If we look at this support line, the line in the sand, the line in the sand for everything is the 3 trillion level. If it holds that 3 trillion level, then we are all good. But 135 is not the max for this cycle, right? Could be. It could be the max. What I'll need to explain about this, right? Well, I need to explain about the 135. I put this 135 here, right? When we get here, we have to judge the market as it is. This is the thing that I want everyone to really understand, right? What a lot of these, I'm gonna say, gurus. I'll do 3 fingers, jazz hands. What are all these gurus, the jazz hands, that talk about? Is that they just stick to a number and don't evaluate as we go along. That reevaluation is extremely key. It could change at any level, but you need to reevaluate as you go along. Just like the bears who will go, oh, look, it looks like this, so it must mean, according to the picture I've taken, and when I overlay it to this, it must mean the same thing. That's not how it works. It's not how this stuff works, right? And anyone who says that is dumb, right? It annoys me when people say that. It really does. It does my head in. They don't look at the macro conditions of the world, of everything. Whatever. It's fine, right? So we have to reevaluate. If we get here, I still think somewhere in between is a possibility, but we'll see. If we get there, right, I would be starting to look at the greater, broader aspect of the economy. If we get to a point where rate cuts are blaring, growth is exploding, employment is increasing, everything is looking super strong in the market, then I would be looking to really look at maybe continuation. But I will say this, right? There are 2 barriers to what's happening here, and I'm going to talk about the 2 barriers now. One big barrier, and this is a big barrier, right? One big barrier is that's a barrier. That there is a barrier. The reason why I say that is because we are seeing continuing lowering volume. This lowering of volume is problematic, and I will say this, right? This is a key factor that I want everyone to hold near and dear, and what rhymes with dear? The only word that's coming to my mind that I can't say. Yeah, Lee, we know that. I'm gonna watch a bit of a thing about it. Anyway, hold it near. Just hold it near, right? If you hold it near, this thing falling down makes no sense. This is the problem. This should be going up, right? And this is the thing that I want everyone to look at. This will be something that will change. Beer? Yeah. Near. I want you to hold it near and dear and beer. All right, cool. Right? Near and dear and beer, right? Is that if this volume is not increasing, and where we will see is when we start breaking all-time high and possibly holding to 118 as support. If we get there, this could all change, right? This could be the end, and everything all goes down, and everything's, oh my god, it's over, right? I doubt it. I'm calling doubt it because SPX is doing some insanity things at this present moment, unless it taps that and then rejects like nothing else. Anything can happen, right? We're working on probabilities here. We're highly pushing on probabilities. They're all on vacation in July, but we'll come back in by in August. Miss Stardust, that was the second point. Well done, right? The second point is that we're coming into summer period right now. So it will be low, extra low volume. It will be even more low volume than the low volume that we're experiencing right now. So this is all institutional moves. Institutions are producing this movement here, right? And if we start getting up to these levels here, or even to this trend line that we see here, and we're not seeing and we're not seeing this go up, this start to do something like that, or even better, something like that, right? If we don't see that, this is and could be one of the most spectacular manipulations of a market that we've seen for a while, right? It will be for a while, and this will be the biggest play. The biggest play. I'd be like, damn, right? Like literal damn if that doesn't happen. We'll see. That's a criteria. Also, as I said, holidays is coming in. But the one thing I will say, right? Mark this video. And I want everyone to mark this video, right? After the summer holidays, I want everyone to understand this, right? Institutions love bonk then. Crazy 24-hour volume. That's market making, man. Anyway, whatever. It's fine. Bonk has 24 market make. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whatever. It's cool. What was I saying? After the holiday, and I want everyone to really understand this, usually the SPX has a small pullback. It will have a pullback. The reason why, right, is that it's something called the holiday blues of traders. When they come back and they come back to their bosses, they look at their trade portfolio, and the bosses will go, look, revalue them, cut the ones that aren't making money. Right? This is a real thing. I'm not joking. This is a real thing. They will say cut the stocks that aren't working, and you will see a pullback in the S&P 500. I'm not joking. It's a weird thing. It's a weird phenomena. It happens every single year, and a lot of people actually play off it, right? So the first week of, I would say, August. First week of August is usually a pullback. That month is usually red. Right, where are we? Done that. Bitcoin dominance. Right now, I hate Bitcoin dominance. We have seen manipulation since January. This won't be a surprise, but disappointment. We'll see. BG, you never know. All right. The last 5 years of August is my mind this year was like that. Yeah. It always happens, right? Because everyone comes back from the holiday, spend a bunch of money, and all their trades are down. All right. I don't like Bitcoin dominance, right? Because it means very little. It means very little until Bitcoin starts getting to those stupid levels. If it ain't getting to stupid levels, then it ain't. This doesn't matter. None of this matters, right? I still believe that we need to break. We need to break the 64.25 first. But this movement from here to here will show some green in a lot of markets, right? In the alts, it will show some serious move to the upside. Let's see. I still think the 68th level is a possibility. I think it could be a possibility still. Really could be a possibility still, right? Just watch it carefully. It doesn't mean much until you see this breakdown and that breakdown. If those two aren't breaking down, then this means absolute, there's no boom boom party, right? None of the boom boom party happens. It's all like sad party. What's this? I think the main question everyone's asking themselves is, could the bull run actually start in the summer, or will it be dragged in until EOI, or at least for, I don't know what that means. Look, I think up until September, we're going to be seeing a serious move, right? It could, look, alts are a different level, and I'm going to explain something to you, what we could potentially see by September. Potentially, right? Now, let's look at gold. I've drawn, wow, look at that. Look, I leave it here. I leave everything that I draw here, and it's doing exactly as I said. It looks like it doesn't really, it kind of counts as a head and shoulders. Usually head and shoulders have to come to the same level, right? End of year. Could be probably the end of year. It looks, it's not really, I wouldn't call this a head and shoulder. It still could go up a little bit more. Head and shoulders when it rejects off the same level. But this looks like it's going to be going down. further, which bodes really well for risk on assets. Really, really well for risk on assets. Watch that carefully. This could go up and possibly tap this 3383, and then go down from there. Again, also watch this level here, the 3,254. That's going to be really important. Actually, this is more of a box than anything else. Let's make that into a box. There we go. Watch that level there carefully. If it breaks that, then we're going to be party time in these two assets wholeheartedly, right? Now, I'll come to Sue in a second. We look at ETH USDT. It's looking... Look, what we could see with this. We could see this come down and retest this level here. I mean, don't forget that. But like, it could retest this level here. In fact, I'm going to draw it, right? It could retest that level there. Potentially a bit lower. There, right? It could potentially retest that level there. That test with the RSI curving up in that manner should slingshot this up. It should come up and potentially test this level again. It needs to get back into range. It's super duper important. I mean, if we look right now, it looks good. Higher highs, higher lows. It's looking good. We need this higher high, I mean, the higher low to be above this key level of support that we've drawn here, right? It has to be above that level. If it's above that level, this is going to be a continuation SR flip between the two, and ETH and alts are going to be outperforming Bitcoin in this manner, and it should be doing some real good moves forward. You know what I'm saying, bruv? Right. Okay, cool. If we look at total 3 against Bitcoin, still Bitcoin is going to be outperforming this every single way of the way until I assume. Although I do love the way it tapped into that the fair value gap here and then bounced. Like, it's almost perfection the way that worked. Actually, perfect mid level as well. Is that perfect mid level? No, it's not, but almost perfect mid level. I'm still thinking in this zone here will be a real good area to buy. I'll be scaling in a lot. I've done a few positions today. One we had a chat about, and I'm going to talk about it. It's based around this one here, right? Now, you guys want me to get to the fun stuff, to the alt side? Do you want me to show you some alt stuff? That sounds dodgy. Do you want me to should I show you some alty things? All right. What does that look like? What does that look like? What does that? What does that? Hello, Lauren Granger. What does that look like? Anyone? Nah, let's see the first one to figure it out. What does this look like? Why are you being annoying? What does that look like? Anyone? Thoughts on AWS ecosystem? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's alright. It's alright. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's alright. There are other ecosystems that are going to be doing some amazing stuff. What is that looking like? Anyone? Where is that? I'll just draw it, whatever. No? No one? No one seeing it? No one seeing it? What is this looking like? Anyone? Anyone, bruv? No. This, my friends, is what you call a multi-year cup and handle formation. This is stupid. I know, but I'll let you tell that. Okay. This is stupid. Do you know why this is stupid? Actually, let's do it. Let's leave that there. Do you know why this is stupid? Right? Do you know why that is stupid? Because if you, that's why it's stupid. That's why it's stupid. That there, my friends, right? And I think it could get even higher than that, but let's just put it at that, right? That there, my friends, is a massive expansion. Massive expansion in alts. I want everyone to get a clear understanding of that. That is verging on a 3x in the total market cap. That could do silly things to alts. Silly things to alts. Now, tell me if I'm wrong here. Anyone? Am I seeing this wrong? I had a chart of up to 8 to 9 trillion total 3 market cap earlier this year. I mean 8 to 9. It's a bit much in my opinion. I think that would be a bit much. A bit much. 100x would be the norm. You know, I mean, like, I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave it there, right? And then just sit back, right? Sorry, total market cap. I was about to say, like, Jesus Christ, man. Are you going to be doing like 4,000x on every every alt? Is that green spike when the Trump coin was released? Which one? No. No. That's when the this is the Trump coin releasing. Right? Yeah, so that looks you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing, like this, how long this will take, I don't know, right? But you're getting alts at a position, right? It could potentially go down. Look, I mean, alts could do worse. I'm not going to be super duper sugarcoating this thing, right? It could do worse, but it's looking good. It's a confirmation of a higher low, right? So this breakout to me, at least to the 1 trillion level is could produce some really good returns. God, Trump can't. Let's see. Yeah, so it could bring some really good returns. This right here, my friends. All right, and I'm kind of glad I'm not doing this on TikTok because tomorrow would be like, oh yeah, you know what I've noticed, cup and handle in it, bruv, and got nothing to do. It's got nothing to do with the fact that. It's got nothing to do with the fact that I watched Alvarez's stream the other day. Nah, bruv. No. It's all me. Joining to my what's it called? Course. Or my signals group. Yeah, bruv. Talking about signals group, there's a pro group now. There's a pro group that people should check out and stuff because it's costing me money and yeah, it's really costing me a lot of money. Anyway, right, that's cool. Now, a few more things, right? A few more things I want to talk about. We all know, unless you don't know, maybe you should know. You should really know, right? You guys should really know this. Where's your wall decoration, by the way? They're not hanging. Yeah, the heat it fell off. The air conditioning guy can't come this weekend, so like my life is hell for another week. Honestly, I think his statement on the phone was, bruv, you want me to do something? He didn't say bruv. I'm adding the bruv. He looks like a bruv. He looks like a bruv type of guy, right? He was like, bruv, you want me to do something that affects my license? I don't know. They had licenses. They don't have a license. Do you have to have a license to be an air conditioning fitter? Is there air conditioning fitter licenses? Imitation is the nicest form of flattery, Yeah, I know. I get it. It's not really imitation, is it? It's just outright stealing my alpha metric times 2 or something, right? And he was like, you know, you're trying to make me do something like, you know, it's against my license, bruv. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, yeah, so like, you know, I need to be cautious how I do it. I'm like, okay. All right. And it was like, and I'm super busy, you know, like it's like my high season, and I want to be sure that I get like the high value things out the way before I can come and do the thing that could, you know, risk my industry. I was like, all right, this ain't a bank heist, man. You're fitting me air conditioning, brother. Take it easy, man. Oh my god, it's okay. Don't worry, man. And I was like, look, if you can't do it, I'll find someone else. I go, no, 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 no. I'll do it. It's just like, you know, I need to make sure that everything is correct. I was like, all right, cool, man. Let's see, with the Great Escape or like the big bank robbery or something. Anyway, whatever. So look, what's really important right now is that super duper key information has come out, right? The unemployment, the non-farm, he's probably the one driving the ice cream truck. Probably. Probably. Do you need a license to be an air conditioning fitter? Actually, I need to check that out. 1 second. Do you need a license to? Is there like aircon license? Aircon? I wouldn't be surprised it is England. License? Oh my god, there is a license. Oh my god. You have to have a license to fit air conditioning? That is wild. Wow, the guy was saying the truth. You require an IMI level 3 refrigerant handling license. How does a longer IMI refrigerant handling license? I know this is a bit of a tangent, and I know you guys also want to know exactly what I'm looking at right now. This is a type of high octane lives that I do. How long does that take? How long does this take? 6 months? It takes 6 months to get the license? LMS, only for your area. An ACM point, you need a. I can't believe you need to have a license that takes 6 months to get. Wow. Sorry, I was like, I was taking the mickey out of the guy behind his back, and now I feel bad. I didn't know I was dating with such a professional. Oh my god. Do you need a license to drive an ice cream truck? You may want that in addition to driving license. No. You don't need licenses for that, man. You need street license. You need the skills of the streets. You know what I mean? Yeah, your license is your life experience. Is the dodging and weaving, the fact that you've made it to 24. Let's not beat around the bush, bruv. You know what I mean? It's not easy, like making it to this far and getting your ice cream truck. It takes years of dodging, going up the ranks. You start as the cleaner, and then you go into like internal work, and then like the pump cleaner, and then you reach the highlights of the actual pourer, the 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 ice cream guy. What is that called? The soft serve. Oh yeah, you get to the soft serve, and then you go client forward, and that's where your life turns. That's when you add the sprinkles, and the sprinkles make your life. Uh, it's great that you're able to hydrate. It's amazing. It's amazing. TikTok is a weird place, right? It's like everything you do is watched and judged, and everything could potentially be a problem, and they don't tell you when it changes, and it's full blown 100% scammer. Everyone's scamming on there, hardcore. I can understand why people on YouTube seen as like the master race next to TikTok. Because my God, it's so quiet there. Such a lovely quiet space. What's going on here? All right, okay, cool. Right. Cool. Right, we go. Now, look, these key information has come out, right? Which is amazing. TikTok likes the Wild West and crypto. It's more than the Wild West, man. It's the pits. It's the ends, as they say in England. It's the ends, bruv. It's where the ice cream truck goes back to, right? It comes here, does his business, and then goes back to TikTok, right? That's where the truck goes back to. I just want everyone to understand that, right? And I'm sure the people in my area are already going, council, this ice cream truck, the sound it makes is above the 14.7 decibels. Please get rid of it. And then I'm going to like lose my ice cream dealer. I know the trick to beat the TikTok algorithm. What is that? Show Bobs. Anyway, back to this is so much better than TikTok. It seems like it's like I'm smelling the fields, and not like the fields with the cow, but just fields. Put on some sexy PJs, be a affiliate seller, and go live. Yeah, of course. I think I'm putting a thong on for my next TikTok live. Obviously, I'm selling, butt cream. They allow people who animal cruelty, but crypto is apparently bad. No, it's not even that. It's just they literally could not give two flying somethings for crypto people. They could not care. They could not care about anyone, to be honest, unless it's super vocal that everyone on TikTok starts attacking them. Then they're like, oh yeah, okay, I'll look at this channel, this algorithm that we've invented that steals your bank account details is okay. Anyway, so back to the spice of life here. If we look at the data that's come out, right? Firstly, hourly earnings are down, which is deflationary, and that combined with the big beautiful bill is going to be like, oh yeah, poor people. Poor people are going to be like, oh yeah, salary's down and it's going to cost us more. Stupid. Like, anyway, whatever. Good for TikTok. I mean, for crypto, though. Crypto is good. Everyone else and anything else, it's terrible. The bill is absolutely terrible, but good for crypto. All right? It is the only silver lining. And possibly stocks. Stocks and crypto are going to be doing well. Everything else is going to be doing bad. Everything. In fact, there isn't one bit that will do better from the bill. But I digress, right? Selling used songs. Of course, I'm going to be wearing them, Lee. What are you talking about? How else do you sell them? Anyway, so the average hourly earnings is down, so this could be deflationary, all right, below what was expected. The non-farm employment change is better than expected. The unemployment rate is better than expected, right? It means that a lot more people are employed. The good thing is that you don't live in the USA. Why? I love the USA. What's wrong with the USA? Well, we don't live there, so we're okay, right? I don't know where you live. Where do you live? Which is great, right? All of this is really good numbers, and most importantly, the unemployment claims are also spectacular. All of this data is incredible. The only barrier right now to a rate cut, the only barrier, it's such a hilarity situation. Oh, you're in the UK. Okay, cool. Hey, bruv, the UK ain't that much better, all right? The amount of police and helicopters I've been seeing recently doesn't give me confidence to go out of my house. Like, my wife's with her friends today, right? And she's all like dolled up and dressed up. And I was like, I'm genuinely like worried. And I was like, are you sure you should be wearing the watches and all that kind of stuff? And she said, yeah, I'm driving there. Because, yeah, I know, but what you're driving is going to make it even more, like, make you even more of a target. And she was like, oh, yeah, but, I'm just going to go there and I'll just, like, give it to the valet and go in and out straight away. And I was like, just be careful. Like, just be outright careful, because it's just not... I don't feel particularly safe in this country, especially in London. As what was his name? What was the guy's name? uh, Ed Sheeran said. He said that uh, there is no dangerous place. There is no dangerous place in London. It's degrees of dangerous. Just don't be stupid. That's the perfect depiction of London, right? But look, what's going to be coming out, and the only barrier to what will be stated as a need for a rate cut is the PPI, right? Is the CPI and PPI numbers. These two numbers here are unbelievably important. If this comes in lower than expected, right? Hello, no, how you doing, my man? It's good to see you here. I don't usually see you here. This is weird. If these if these numbers come in lower than expected, it is almost. If you don't hold your phone out for longer than 5 minutes, you should be okay. 5 minutes? Look at you! Look at you, being all like, you know, living on the edge, man. Danger finder. What are you talking about? The streets don't see my phone; they see my headphones. That's how. If I can't do it by "Hey Siri," it ain't happening. I just want everyone to understand that fact. That's how it rolls. I'm not. I've had my phone stolen on the road before. My wife's had her phone stolen. What are you talking about? There is no mobile phones in this household when we go out. I'm sorry. You're calling, and if I go, "Hey Siri, answer," and it doesn't answer, that's your loss. I'm so sorry. I ain't gonna be calling you back. I don't know who that was, right? But yeah, this is the only barrier for a rate cut, and that rate cut is going to be a massive stimulus for the market. It's going to be humongous. The money markets are going to be striving to find a new home. $1.8 trillion worth of money is sloshing around the money markets right now. If you guys want to know what the money markets are, I don't know if you guys know what the money markets are, but the evening Fuesto. Hello, evening Fuesto. The money markets are short-term financial vehicle for lending. So basically, people put money into an account, they lend that out, and they get a 5%, around a 5% yield, right? Why risk it on anything when you're getting a 5% yield guaranteed? It's better than everything at this very moment. But when there's a cut, it's going to be massive. Like, all that money is going to be fueling to somewhere. SPX is going to be the natural home of it. Gold, and most probably Bitcoin and altcoins and all that type of shabubi. Right. One play. I want to show you guys a play, right? Do you guys want to see a play? Like crypto play, but not like play. Anyway, crypto play. I think Sui is going to do something stupid soon. Genuinely. I really do think that Sui is going to do something stupid. I've been doing some charting, because I'm awesome at it, right? And if we look at this structure that's building on Sui, let's get rid of that, right? I could definitely see it hitting its previous all-time high. And if this market starts to get man in Mac, you almost said the name like it should be. Fuesto. Fuesto? Fuesto. I'm going to call you Fuesto, right? If we see that level of liquidity coming into the market, right? Honestly, this $8 mark doesn't look ridiculous. It really doesn't look ridiculous. Right, if we put it there, I think Sui is a really somewhat of a. If you're going to be looking into alts at this present moment, I think Sui is a area where there is real potential for move, right? And in my opinion, as safe as you could get it, right? Let's be careful with what I'm saying right now. This is an alt, right? So, as safe as you could potentially get it, maybe, right? maybe safe play. I know Max 7. I know it's you, man. I've seen your what's it called? Your panty drop a picture before. I've seen what it's like, man. You must have been like, all the ladies were like, damn, Fuesto. Right? This is looking it's looking juicy, right? It's looking very, very good at the moment. If we go on to a more of a local fib extension, right? Oh, that's the wrong way. If we look at what I would describe as somewhat of a local one, it needs to be above the 3.1 dollar mark. If we can regain that, if we can gain that level there, this thing is going to expand like nothing ever. On another level, it's going to be expanding, because if you look, it's a break of trend, come back, retest, and now it's looking like it's holding its previous resistance as support. I think, especially with this sort of like this cone structure that's building, what usually happens, I'll draw it to you for you. What can usually happen, it's a very simple way of drawing it, right, is it could go, of course there's going to be movements up and down here, and if it comes and holds this level as support, so you could do something on let's get rid of that. I'll show you a better way of doing it. That didn't work. Let me show you a better way of doing it. What could happen is you could do something, and if it holds that as support, the expansion up to here is pretty much guaranteed. Somewhere around this area will be a strong level of resistance, but something on that level I'm expecting. So I'm averaging into Sui at this present moment. I think that Sui is going to do something stupid soon. I'm deleting the things I'm creating. All right, let's go back to reality. All right, I think Sui is potentially a good play. Also, and I want what price should we look to buy a Sui? About around now looks good. If Sui can hold the look, I'll say this, right? If Sui can close above the 200-day EMA, right? If it can close around the 3-1, around the 3-1, above the 3-1, if you're feeling risky, you could go here as well. I mean, we could see a bit of a pullback potentially to the 293. Maybe we could see that, right? But I don't think so. If today it closes above the 3-1, then that would be an amazing area. That would be a safer area to buy. If you buy now, it's somewhat risky. There's a bit of a battle going on from this resistance level. The 200-day EMA is usually very heavy resistance for these type of things, right? If you look at the 4-hourly, yeah, look, it's holding that as support. This looks like it just looks like it's gonna go, right? There's always a potential this thing can go down and reject, but look, it's dipped into the fair value gap perfectly. It's holding the 50% level. Like, what are we doing here? Actually, it's not holding the 50% level, but it's holding the 618, right? 618 at the 200-day EMA. If it regain, oh, it actually is holding the 50% level. What am I talking about? Right? As long as it holds the 2.98, as long as it holds a 2.98, this thing is ready for expansion, in my opinion. Right? Humble opinion. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a person, in a room and stuff. Bought some Sui this morning. Fantastic. Great. And if we were to put a stop loss is at the previous wick low, right? Previous wick low, I would put it around there. That's where I would put my stop loss. The level of potential expansion for this is massive. I'm holding this long term. I just want everyone to understand this is a long term play for me. So it could have some little pullbacks and play around, but I'm expecting major expansion here. Look, the type of levels of movement we could see on this is it's massive, man. I mean, just like even to here is that's a 16% move. If it just goes to all time high, that's a 42% move. And that is not out of the realm of reality for Sui. It really isn't out of the realm of reality in Sui. I just want everyone to understand that. Like, there's definitely a possibility. Now, the next one. The next one. I feel like I need to have a shower after they say this, right? But it's XRP, right? I feel a bit dirty. I'm feeling dirty right now, right? Just bear with me. It doesn't feel good that I'm about to say this. But this might be a good this might be a good buy, right? Right now, it might be a good buy. It's not. It doesn't look like it's gonna be massive, but like money here, and stuff. I mean, we could technically move this now. I mean, we could move it to something like let's do that. There we go. That's better, right? So, because it's 3 points of touch. If there's 3 points of touch, then it holds a. Go on, my son, say it. All right, I'm trying to be careful how I say this, because let me drink some water. I feel like I am. All right, okay. Potentially, this could be a good buy. Potentially, right? Potentially. We're not talking about, oh my God, face melting amounts of money here. We're not talking like, this could change my life the way that they're talking about it. Most XRP people, no offense, please don't take it the wrong way, right? Don't take it the wrong way. But it is looking potentially good. It is looking potentially good in one way, right? It is looking potentially okay. We still need it to get above the 2.3379. There would be better, but we could potentially see a 25% a 25% move. It gives you the goosebumps when you say mention XRP. It's just anyway. It looks potentially good. Potential, right? All right, enough of that. All right, now another one that looks pretty good is Solana. Solana, this move that it's doing right now, I mean, this move that it's doing right now, I mean, there's not enough. I mean, that wouldn't count. Even if I drew that trend line, that wouldn't count, right? Let's draw that one like that. Would that even count? No, there's not enough touches. That's not confirmation of any trend, right? Solana, with it coming back and dipping into the fair value gap, coming back and then retesting and holding the top of that fair value gap, right? 20% move, man. Booyakasha. Booyakasha. You know what I'm saying, bro? Blap, blap. All that. All the monies. Let it rain. It's all about the raining, isn't it, bro? All right, so oh, it needs to move like 50 billion. All it needs is like 20 billion more market cap to be added. It's chump change, isn't it? It's gonna take over the world and stuff. All right, so all right, so sorry. I had to get it out of me. It was hurting me too much saying XRP was good. All right, so this is looking like it's coiling up for a beautiful move up, right? It really is. Like it really looks like it's tapped the Monday low, it's tapped the fair value gap, right? It's on an upward trend, a higher high, but also a higher low. This means it's coiling up to a move, and I'm expecting the move up. Especially with all the things that are happening with the trading ability, the staking, and all that kind of stuff. This thing, in my opinion, is going to be moving up aggressively. I've done a video about it on my YouTube. Make sure you check that out. Honestly, There's some cool stuff and alpha going there. I know most of you guys are on X, but like, come on, man. Like, check it out. You know what I'm saying, bruv? That's all I'm saying. Let's do this. Wow, that didn't work. that was weird. Sorry, I just. Oh, wait, it's fine. Right. Where's my channel and stuff? Is my channel? Do I know where my channel is? I wonder if you guys know. There we go. Why is this not working? One second. Damn. All right. Okay. There we go. Yeah, you guys should go and check out all these videos, especially one about the Solana. That's a really cool one. The one that's about Bitcoin. That's our streams. You guys want to check out the streams afterwards, after the fact as well. You guys can see it here. It's on the shorts and everything else. And this one is pretty good for the amount of liquidity that's going to be coming into the market. Check this out. Make sure you follow, like, and all that kind of stuff. Get this subscriber count up to the levels that it needs to be. Anyway, where was I? Right. Okay, cool. Look, I want to check out the Chainlink. How does it look? Zeta still on your watch list? Yes, of course it is. Can you get your admin staff to stay a little longer to help with the tech? I don't have admin stuff. What admin stuff are you talking about? Admin stuff. All my staff work and remote in 1,000 different countries, man. What are you talking about? Where was I? Right. Look, I want to go and watch about this. The big beautiful bill. So let's just have a quick look here. I'm curious what the situation is, because apparently it's passed. Can we see the numbers for the because the box with you is in the way? What numbers? What are you talking about? You mean the numbers underneath it? Oh, these are just, it doesn't matter. Those are just like the coins. They're all just like flipping up and down and left, right, and center, right? Now, I want to check this out. So, yeah, about the bill being passed. Let's check this out.
I have news of another key vote, this time across the Atlantic in the United States, where the US Senate has just passed President Trump's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Vice President J.D. Vance cast the tie-breaking vote for it to go through the Senate. That's after 3 Republicans, along with every Democrat, voted against the bill. It is legislation which contains key elements of Donald Trump's agenda.
I wonder what Donald Trump had to give to get these. Got it on. Thank you. Of course, man, the real monkey. Pleasure for coming. I wonder what Donald Trump had to give to get these votes. If you start seeing like weird expenditure in random states, like the guy getting a new water plant, or like, you know, a new Tesla factory or something like that. Yeah, you can have Tesla. Yeah.
And the bill now goes back to the House of Representatives for further consideration, where it is very likely to face something of an uphill battle to get all the Republicans there on board ahead of Donald Trump's self-imposed deadline, which is July the 4th. Let's talk again to our North America correspondent, Anthony Zerka, who's with me in the studio because he's visiting London at the moment. So good to have you with us. Well, we've already had Donald Trump's reaction to this, haven't we?
We have. He said it's music to my ears. Obviously, he's very pleased by this. It was a big hurdle for this bill to overcome, getting all the senators to agree. There were 4 no votes, it seemed, for all of today. They finally twisted some arms. Lisa Murkowski, the senator from Alaska, switched.
You can see the targets because, oh, right. You mean, right. Okay, yeah. In fact, I'll do this. Let's do that next time. There we go. Let's do that. Let's put that here. Let me just adjust that. There we go. That's better. You can see them now. The price of Solana. All right. Okay. Yeah. Let me show you Solana. I'll get back to the bill. It's all right, man. It's all right. Dalton, wrong video. What do you mean it's the wrong video? Is that the wrong video? Why is that the wrong video? Narrowly. Wait, is this the wrong video? No, it's here. Oh, it's 2 days ago. Oh, here we go.
All you need to potentially start trading profit.
That guy's too jamming. 1 second.
Economy. And what that does is it drives up interest rates on your 30-year fixed because your mortgage tracks the 10-year treasury. And I've been watching this closely. It hasn't performed the way that you would want it to if you are looking to buy a home. Now, of course, there's so many other dynamics at play. And frankly, it's hard to make a 5-year prediction because no one in March of 2020 would have predicted where things went. But based on what we know, it's really going to depend on your income bracket.
Well, there's no perspective quite like Kelly O'Grady. So thank you so much for being here on set with us today. We're going to go back to Zach Hudak on Capitol Hill. Zach, time is winding down. We have a few minutes left, about 4 minutes left. The vote is, as predicted, completely falling along party lines. What's the vibe on Capitol Hill right now? What's the energy?
It is a very positive energy among Republicans who see this as a path out of a very difficult battle.
Nitty gritty here. And Zach Hudak on Capitol Hill, what do we know about some of these last minute concessions that the White House made to some of the GOP holdouts? What were those last final discussions, conversations like?
We've been hearing some details from some of those members and hits they've done on cable and things like that, but we've not heard from the president. So I'd want to hold off till I hear from him what he's actually agreed to. But they are basically him promising to use his bully pulpit, his megaphone as the president, to support other initiatives that those members are interested in.
Oh my God!
Something
what
that was
did he
particularly
say yes
important
to?
For members in particularly red districts, because those members have to be able to go home this weekend for 4th of July and explain to their constituents who in those red districts want to see spending pulled back. They have to explain why the deficit is going to be raised $3 trillion for this bill. So by having a few concessions or a few things that the president said he'll help them out with, it helps them as they give that message to their constituents. They get to say, okay, we are going to be spending some more money, but the president has promised he's going to help us out on this, which will help you specifically. So I think that's why that was so impactful, particularly with those hardline Republicans.
Zach, the House is now officially adjourned. They passed President Trump's mega bill, 218 to 214. We're going to go back now to the White House, to our CBS News White House reporter, Aaron Navarro. Aaron.
What concessions did they give? I am so curious. I'm so curious to see what they actually gave. What they actually gave to get this thing passed. Because it would have to be something massive. Like it would, to be able to sell this bill to anyone, and I mean anyone. It is confirmed, Coach B. Oh, fantastic. Cool. That's how you know, 100%. Now, if Coach B says it, it's set in stone. Doesn't Coach B give you, like, Liver King vibes. I don't know why. He gives me real Liver King vibes. That guy. Anyway, whatever. They would have had to have given massive concessions. Like the way if Donald Trump is like dumbing it down, hey man, how you doing? I'm good, thank you very much. If Donald Trump is dumbing it down and goes, oh yeah, it's just gonna be like a small little bit of help, that means it's something massive. And especially the fact that they're gonna be spending so much money in this bill and cutting taxes and doing all that kind of stuff. Him somehow promising them to help them out means that they're going to be spending a lot more money. Just late, bruv. Coping good. All right. Jesus. Damn. I thought it was free of this stuff. I mean, YouTube, like, what the hell? Coping, bruv? I wasn't late. We already knew that it passed at the beginning of this stream. Bruv. Oh my god. Anyway. So he must have given out some sort of massive concession for it. My god. Anyway.
The bill is officially passed through the House. What do you expect the president to say in terms of a victory, which he will clearly see this as in his eyes?
Yeah, he will certainly tout it as an accomplishment of his agenda, his second term so far. One White House official tells us he's going to bring it up tonight during his remarks at the Iowa State Fairgrounds, where he will largely talk about, celebrating the anniversary of America and his 250th anniversary going into next year. But it's certainly something the White House, the president, has, projected confidence that it will pass, but at the same time, taking no expense. We saw that President Trump worked the phones a lot yesterday to get some of these Republican holdouts to vote in favor of the bill. But I'm refreshing Truth Social just in case he has any reactive statement. But so far,
I love the way that we're on CBS, right? A established world news powerhouse news thing, and the guy is like, I'm refreshing Truth Social to see what the news is. This is the world that we're living in right now, where the leader of the free world is tweeting the direction of the world. Oh man. What an amazing world we live in. God, it's amazing.
It feels like the next time we'll hear from him react to the passing of this bill will be in Iowa.
You mentioned earlier that there's already plans underway for a ceremonial bill signing at the White House. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, that'll be tomorrow afternoon, where he will sign the bill in a public event here at the White House, potentially right before some of the July 4th festivities, before he heads to Bedminster, New Jersey. So it's been something that the White House, even hours before the actual vote happened, telegraphed that they were confident that there would be some sort of big ceremony, and that's expected for tomorrow afternoon.
So, Aaron, what happens next now that this presumably will be signed in the coming hours and days?
Of course not.
Once President Trump finishes that, what should people expect to be next in terms of the top priority on his agenda?
Certainly, foreign policy seems to be something that, on the side, and potentially going into this weekend, is going to be at the forefront for President Trump. We know that he spoke to Russian President Putin earlier today. We have heard developments when it comes to Special Envoy Steve Witkoff working with Israel, an intermediary to work with Hamas in terms of getting a ceasefire between Israel and Gaza. So the focus may turn back to that. It may shift to immigration. You saw the president visit what has been dubbed, quote, alligator Alcatraz in Florida.
I'm not surprised, right? If next that you don't see an interview going, wait, 1 second, guys, 1 second. It's updating. He's writing something. This is how we get news now. He's writing it. Oh, no, he had a stake. It's cool. Everything's fine. Markets can recover.
earlier this week. But this certainly was something that President Trump had put a lot of political capital behind, at least in terms of getting this bill passed.
Aaron Navarro hanging with us for the last 36 minutes and 30 seconds through all of that breaking news and the final vote there in the House. Thank you so much for being with us today. We got some new data today that shows a stronger than expected labor market here in the U.S. The Labor Department says the U.S.
Yeah, whatever. It's all cool. Yeah, okay, look, that passing is a good thing, right? It's a positive sign for the market. And to be honest, I would have been surprised if he hadn't passed. Donald Trump does have a way of getting whatever he wants, right? And honestly, actually, I'm curious. The details of the bill are worrying. I'm not gonna say they're not worrying. They are definitely worrying, right? They're not the best sort of situation to be in, especially as the amount of spending is going up. But spending in some form is a form of, quantitative easing he's going to be bringing into the economy. The fact that there's going to be less taxation on the wealthy, that's going to be putting money into stocks and assets and crypto and all this kind of stuff. And most importantly, right, and this is really, really important. This is really, really important. I'm sensing a bit of a shift in the wealthy. I'm sensing a real shift in the wealthy right now. Because, I'm fortunate enough to be invited and privy to a lot of, certain events. I don't know if you guys are on my TikTok, you've seen that I posted a few things about, I was at the Sotheby's property events and auctions and all this kind of stuff. I was gonna go to something tonight, but I was like, I just couldn't be bothered. Honestly, it was some sort of car event, and I was like, whatever, it's fine. It's not. I've been, you know what I mean. I've been sat in, bought a lot of cars, and it just doesn't excite me. Whatever, it's fine, right? And they were gonna do some sort of like something to do, whatever, it's fine. But I didn't want to go today, and I'm seeing a larger conversation and adoption of crypto and Bitcoin, especially, in ways that I hadn't seen before. I was fortunate to sit with a I'm gonna say investor. I can't say his name. I was surprised how boring he was, right? He was, and I'm gonna leave you on this note, right? He was he was a unique energy in the room. My TikTok is working. It's on private, right? So, because the guy, anytime I do anything I do, he reports it. Anything I do. So I'm waiting for the report. Because there's a certain amount of time you have to wait before they go away. The old account I still have is just on private. All right. So if you just follow me here, I do all the same videos and everything else on my Instagram and my YouTube shorts and all that kind of stuff. You'll see everything there, right? All the same videos I do there. And I have an alt account, right? Let me put the alt account. Let me see what level the alt account is. It's amazing, man. Like, it's amazing that people can't be bothered to follow my other accounts. That's the craziest part of it, right? It's amazing that that's the case. So if I'll put it up here as well, and while I'm explaining it, where is this? All right, here we go. All right, this is the account. It's the same name as the YouTube. Oh, got a few more followers. Nice. So this is the account, right? If I can get this to 1,000 followers, then I will be able to go live on there as well. So we'll have to have that double whammy. You'll be able to utilize all of the TikTok stuff as well. I'm changing it into a more of a funky channel which coalesces with the YouTube. How do you guys like the name, by the way, the Daily Chain? I think it's kind of cool, right? I think it works quite well with the logo and everything else. So I think that there is a once we get this to 1,000, I'll start going live there and build this up as well, and hold my old account there just to be safe and have that level until those strikes go away and I can restart on that side. What can you do? TikTok doesn't do anything about extortion. They don't do anything whatsoever. So I have to take it into my own hands and work in this way. It's not worth the issue of dealing with this guy. And he wants anyway, whatever. I would never give money to extortion people, whatever the case is. If he came to me and talked to me like a normal person, then that's a different matter. But if he's trying to extort me, I ain't going to be playing that game, right? I don't play with that type of stuff. So yeah, that's the situation when we go there. And that's where it's going to be happening. But what I was saying is that I was sitting with this gentleman who is now moving. He's now moving his substantial wealth, a large percentage of his wealth, into cryptocurrency. And it's a conversation that, let's say, a year ago, they would laugh me out the room. Genuinely laugh me out the room when I talked about it. They'd be like, "Oh, the crypto guy's coming again." Like they would talk to me in a manner they would talk to me in a manner where I'd be like, "Oh, the weirdo is in the room again." Well, not like that. No one would ever talk to me like that. They all love me. Like we're all very good friends. But when I would start talking about crypto and things like that, it would be like this sort of. You know what it would be like? I think the best way to describe it is like, when you sit at the dinner table with your family and you start talking about crypto, and everyone starts going, like, get a real job. That type of vibe, right? That is how it was, and now it really isn't that way. I'm getting people that never talk to me about crypto, like had no interest in it, and in fact would look at me in this sort of funny way, as if like I'm some sort of idiot, asking me advice to where to go and everything else. I obviously instantaneously say fat cat, obviously. And then we goes from there. But there is a real shift that's going on in the markets, especially with the push from the USA. Now, a few more things, right? A few more things. First things first, I'll leave it with this. The fat cat aggregator is up. Check out the swap rates. It's really easy. We've been tweeted by a very big account, 100,000 and up, and there is a lot of traction that this tweet is getting for the utilization of the aggregator. And also tomorrow I will be going live on X on a very large channel. It's going to be a space. It's going to be over like 850 people in there. And I'm going to be talking about natural stuff, market stuff, about the fat cat, a whole bunch of things. So you guys can come and see me there. If you want to see it, you should go and check out the Learn My Alvarez group. At the same time, also check out the Fat Cat group. They're all linked in the bio on my YouTube channel. Also, I've talked about Bello Baba several times. Again, it's closing in 2.5 weeks time now. There's ability to have access to this account. It's free of charge for the next 2.5 weeks. Then afterwards, there's going to be minimums to do it. You can get a card where you'll be able to load up crypto and spend it in the real world, and then looking like it's going to be KYC free. And most importantly, and I'll say this as well, if you go to the Learn by Alvarez section as well, in the useful links here, if you sign up with my referral number here, after you sign up, you put the referral on the bottom, you get an extra 5% return on all credit card expenditure. And if you fill this form up, it will give you the ability to access the pre-sale of their token. This bank does 40 million in volume a month. It's not a small little thing, right? 40 million. Was it great work again? Thank you so much. Yeah, all this kind of stuff. If you fill that out, they will contact you to get in touch with for the pre-sale. The way the pre-sale is going to be working, it's going to be at a 50% discount from launch, right? So what will happen is that the investment you put into it, you will get it at a 50% discount. They're going to be looking to push a million in volume into this coin instantaneously through their market makers. But the way it will work is that you will get your basically initials back at launch, and the rest will be a vested period of unlock over a 4 to 5 month period. The details will be sent to you by email that everyone that signs up to it. This is a serious, real thing, right? So anyone that wants to check that out, they can check it out, fill that out, sign up, do all this jazz. If you sign up, you also get access to the new KYC free card that's coming out. I don't know if there's anything else. Love your work, Alvarez. Great, useful. Thank you so much, man. You guys are absolutely amazing. Is your name Georgia? Where are you from, by the way? I don't recognize the name. Anyway, guys, look. That's been absolutely amazing. You guys have been amazing. I hope you liked the live. This was a bit of a different one, a bit more fun and unsure about the markets. Make sure you check out the total 3. It's looking good. Make sure you check out all the other things that are said. Be safe and understand that these things can change at any second. And I'm just giving you my understandings of where things are going. A lot of things are being pushed forward. A lot of things are happening. The market looks like it's ready to go. Liquidity looks like it's about to come in. And yeah, that's it, man. If you guys have any questions, you can ask it in the Learn by Alvarez chat. I'm always there. I'm always talking. I'm not one of those type of creators that you can't have direct access to. Ask anyone. Anyone can get contact with me. If you have questions, you can ask it there. If you have safety issues, you can ask it there. Everything can be asked there. But most importantly, and I'll leave on this note, I will never message you. I will never ask for anything. I will never say there's a new sale, new token drop, new this, new any of that stuff. I will never do all that stuff. This is rampant in the industry. It happens a lot. And you know what? I'm going to say one more thing. Follow the damn TikTok so I can go live there as well. I know it takes all of 10 seconds of your life and you're like, nah, bruv. Nah, bruv. I ain't gonna follow nothing. You can't prove anything. Just follow the TikTok. It's there. You can just press the button now, alright? Just press the button. Press the button and press follow. I'm gonna refresh. Thank you. Was that so difficult? Oh my god. That's it. We got one. We got one. Woo! All right, guys. Take care. Catch you guys later.